What if I told you the laziest girl in the whole kingdom became the bravest hero anyone had ever seen? Stay till the end because the way she changed will completely surprise you. Once upon a time, in a small village tucked between green hills and a sparkling river, there lived a girl named Lila. Lila was famous in her village, but not for anything good. She was famous for being the laziest girl anyone had ever met. Every morning, the rooster would crow, the sun would rise, and the whole village would slowly wake up. But every single morning, Lila would pull her blanket over her head and go right back to sleep. 5 more minutes, she always said, but 5 minutes turned into 5 hours. Her mother would call her to fetch water from the well. Lila would mumble, "Maybe later." Her father would ask her to feed the chickens. Lila would yawn and say, "I'm too tired." Her book stayed shut on the shelf, gathering dust. Her garden, which once had pretty flowers, grew nothing but tangled weeds. Her shoes stayed by the door, unworn, because Lila barely ever went outside. And slowly, one by one, her friends stopped inviting her to play. Not because they didn't like her, but because Lila never wanted to do anything at all. She would rather nap under a tree than run through the fields. And little by little, Lila started to feel very alone. But one quiet afternoon, something happened that would change Lila's life forever. Lila had wandered into the forest to nap under her favorite oak tree, just like she always did. The leaves rustled gently above her and she closed her eyes, ready to drift off to sleep. But this time, something was different. A soft golden light began to glow beside her, warm and gentle, like a tiny star had landed in the grass. Lila blinked, and there, perched on a low branch, was a tiny owl. Her feathers shimmered like starlight, and her eyes were deep and wise. "Why do you sleep your days away, little one?" the owl asked, her voice soft as a breeze. Lila yawned and stretched. "Because trying is hard and sleeping is easy." The owl tilted her head and smiled gently, the way a grandmother smiles when she knows something you don't. "Easy today often means hard tomorrow," she said. "Would you like to see what your tomorrow looks like if nothing ever changes?" Lila wasn't sure what the owl meant, but before she could even answer, the forest around her began to spin. The trees blurred into streaks of green and brown. The golden light grew brighter and brighter, and the whole world turned to soft, swirling mist. When the mist finally cleared, Lila found herself standing in a place she almost didn't recognize. She saw herself, but all grown up. And what she saw made her heart sink. Her house was falling apart. The roof had holes in it, letting in the cold wind. The garden was nothing but thorns and dry, cracked earth. There was no food stored away for winter. And worst of all, grown-up Lila sat completely alone by a flickering candle. Because she had never learned the things her friends had learned growing up. How to cook a warm meal, how to fix a broken fence, how to grow her own food, how to care for a home, and how to care for herself. Grown-up Lila looked so very tired and so very sad. Her shoulders were heavy, as if she was carrying years and years of maybe later. Little Lila felt tears welling up in her eyes. Is that really me?" she whispered, her voice trembling. The owl landed gently beside her and nodded softly. "This is only one path," she said, "but you can still choose a different one." Those words hung in the air like magic. And then, just as quickly as it had come, the mist swept Lila away again. Suddenly, Lila opened her eyes. She was back under the oak tree, sunlight warm on her face, her heart pounding fast inside her chest. The little owl was gone, but her words stayed behind, echoing softly in Lila's mind over and over. "You can still choose a different one." Lila sat up slowly, and for the first time in a very long time, She didn't feel like resting. She didn't feel like staying still. She felt something new, something that felt a little bit like courage. She stood up, brushed the leaves and grass off her dress, and whispered to herself, "I don't want that future. I want a better one, and I'm going to build it, one small step at a time." And that, dear friends, is exactly what she did. But it wasn't easy. Change never is. Let's see what happened next. The next morning, the rooster crowed just like always. And this time, Lila woke up. She didn't leap out of bed full of energy. That's not really how it works, and that's okay. She just made one small choice. She got up and she made her bed. That was it. Just one small thing. The day after that, she walked into the garden and watered just one single flower. The day after that, she helped her mother carry just one bucket of water from the well, even though her arms ached afterward. Each day, Lila chose one small task. Not because it was easy, it wasn't, not at first, but because she remembered the vision the owl had shown her, and she didn't want that lonely, tired future to come true. Slowly, very slowly, like the sun rising bit by bit each morning, things began to change. Lila's garden began to bloom again, one flower at a time. Her room became tidy, her books opened, her shoes finally got some dust on them from walking outside. And something surprising happened inside her heart too. She started to feel proud of herself. A warm, quiet kind of pride she had never felt before. Of course, it wasn't always easy. Some days were harder than others. One rainy, grey day, Lila felt like giving up completely. She was carrying a pot of seedlings she had been growing for weeks. But her foot slipped in the mud and the pot crashed to the ground. The little seedlings, the ones she had worked so hard to grow, lay scattered in the dirt. Lila felt her eyes fill with tears. "Maybe I really am just lazy," she whispered to herself, sitting down right there in the rain. "Maybe I can't change after all." But just then, her friend Meera, who had quietly noticed how hard Lila had been working all these weeks, knelt down beside her in the mud. "Lila," she said gently, "everyone has hard days. Even the bravest, hardest working people in the world have days like this. What matters isn't that you fell. What matters is that you get back up." Lila wiped her eyes, picked up the little seedlings one by one, and carefully replanted them in the soft, wet earth. And as she did, she smiled. A small, brave smile. She realized something important that day. Trying, even when you mess up, even when it's imperfect and messy, is so much braver than never trying at all. And that one rainy afternoon, sitting in the mud with her friend beside her, became the moment Lila truly understood what courage really meant. Months passed, and Lila kept going. One small step, then another, then another. The girl who once refused to even leave her bed now woke up early every single morning to tend to her garden, which had grown into the most beautiful one in the whole village, full of color and life. She helped her neighbors build fences. She learned to cook warm, hearty meals. She helped care for the animals on the nearby farms. The same people who once whispered about lazy Lila now smiled warmly whenever they saw her. "Have you seen what Lila built?" they would say to one another. "She inspires all of us." On the night of the village harvest festival, with lanterns glowing and music playing through the streets, Lila found herself walking back to that same old oak tree. She stood beneath its branches, looking up at the stars scattered across the night sky. And for just one moment, a tiny golden light flickered nearby. Leela smiled, because she was almost certain, just for a heartbeat, that she saw a familiar little owl, perched high in the branches, smiling proudly down at her. Lila looked up at the stars and whispered softly, "Thank you for showing me who I could become." And so, my dear friends, remember Lila's story. The future you dream of isn't built in one giant leap. It's built one small, brave step at a time. You don't have to be perfect today. You don't even have to get it right every single time. You just have to begin. If you liked Lila's story, give this video a big thumbs up and tell me in the comments, what is one small step you will take today? I'll see you in the next story. Bye for now.